I are alive. Hello. Just a few seconds early, but that's okay. Let me just check out some chat here. Let's see what we got going on. Looks like a group here today. Good morning, Dina. Glad to be back. Hello, Sandy. Namastu. Right back at you. Okay. Carl, hello. Barbara, hello. Good to see you. Yes, you are seeing me again. Dina says, so nice to gather together. I was listening to a recording this morning talking about the importance of community and Sangha on this mindfulness path. I'm so grateful. Yes, it's very important. We support each other. You support everybody. It's kind of a necessary thing that we have a community in which we can gather safely. And here we are. And Barbara, you're getting some love there. Um and Kelly, hello. And whoa, what's that? Hold it. That's not what I want up there. There we go. Oh, must have accidentally touched something. Hello, Kelly. Good to have you. Thank you for your musical offering and your other offering too. That was wonderful. Speaking of offerings, I and the rest of the teachers here at the Center for Mindful Living, we give these teachings freely. However, the center could use some support, so I've put a link to our donation portal here in the chat window. If any of you feel like donating a few shekels, feel free to do so. We'd love to have that support there for future programs. All right. So, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. If you're new to these practices, welcome. So happy to have you here. And of course, for my old friends who are here, many of them from our weekday meditation group. So happy to have you. And we do have a weekday meditation group Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. If you would like the Zoom link to that, you can write me at the email address that you see underneath my face. Underneath my face. There it is, right there. Okay. Now you know where to reach me. All right. So let's not break the microphone today. Good idea. It's still working. Yes, I hope so. All righty. So I haven't been here for a while. In fact, I October, I think, might have been the last time I was here. And probably at that time, I had more hair on my head. This is not by design that I have such short hair. It's because I had breast cancer, if you can believe that. And it's true, I did. Had successful surgery in September and then went into chemotherapy in October. And that pretty much wiped me out through the holidays, along with 2 bouts of COVID. Now I'm in the midst of radiation and almost done with all the treatment. Doing well, feeling great, ready to teach. So today I thought the theme, an important theme, at least for me, is the importance of self inquiry in these practices. Now, when I started meditation, which was not this style of meditation, by the way, it was a different style, um, 50 years ago now, this month, I thought this is here to make me feel good. This is here to relax me. This is here to make me calm and so forth. And yes, it can do that. I'm not disputing the fact that these practices can often lead to a sense of calm or peace or well being. However, I would like to suggest that this not be the intended goal of these practices. The goal of these practices is not relaxation or calm or a quiet mind. These things can and often do happen, but the real purpose of these practices is to inquire within one's self. It's like that sign that used to be in the window, help wanted, inquire within. And so we are going to inquire within during these practices so that we can learn not just about this body and this mind and these emotions that are going on, but we can actually, through self inquiry, deepen into a kind of pure essence of our nature, a sense of pure consciousness that actually leads to a sense of ease and peace in our lives. This deepening, through self inquiry. So I'm going to lead you through a little practice today that shows you actually how easy this is. You don't have to sit in a cave for 2 years in full lotus posture to know how to do this technique. It's very simple. And the sages, the old yogis that developed these practices, they realized the importance of the breath, of what the breath does is not just bring in prana, life force into the body and expel stuff that might be not good for the body, like carbon dioxide, but it also is a kind of template for existence. Now, I know that's a big statement, but if we look at the breath as the inhale arising out of stillness, this is like us arising out of stillness, being born. And then it turns to exhale and it draws us downward and inward back to that stillness, out of which we arose and into which we will return. And so the breath offers that and always points the way to this stillness, to this pure consciousness. Now, if we make our meditation practice just feeling the body breathing, yeah, that can do something, I suppose, maybe a little concentration practice or whatever. But again, this is not the point of the practice. It's not to just stay focused on the breath. The breath is just a guide, it's a vehicle that is always taking us back to our origin in stillness. And then out of that stillness arises the inhale, turns to exhale, draws us inward and downward out of the stillness, and so forth. It's as easy as that. It really is. As long as you kind of get your head out of the way. Don't be looking for anything to happen. Just allow what is happening to be known and see where that leads you in terms of this. We're going to be talking a little bit more about this as we continue in the practice and I give full instructions. Please make sure that you feel comfortable in your body. You're sitting, you're lying down, whatever it may be. Make sure that you're not sitting in a way that hurts. You think you should sit some way, forget about it. Sit any way you want, perfectly okay. The eyes can be closed or maybe just slightly open, gazing downward, but you can open your eyes anytime you need to if anything gets difficult for you. And of course, just make sure that you keep yourself safe in these practices. If you get into some place that's really difficult, emotionally or mentally, whatever it might be, know that you have exits. You can always gently withdraw from the practice whenever you need to, regather yourself, and enter back into the practice. And so we arrive in this body that we can feel, this body that does feel, this body through which we experience everything in the world through our senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, hearing, and thinking. We don't exclude thought from our practice. It's as much a part of this body as the sensations of whatever you're feeling in your hands or whatever you're hearing. Feeling the weight of the body, the places of touch or pressure where we might make contact with a chair or sofa or cushion, whatever we're sitting or lying on. And so this physical body, this is one aspect of our self-inquiry. You might call it one level. You can feel this body. There is a deeper level. If we turn our attention inward, we can begin to feel energy in the form of pulsations or vibrations, tingling sensations, or maybe a sense of something flowing through us. This is the level of energy. And this energy is what drives everything else. This is the motor. And so maybe you'd like to just imagine that you have a physical body, and then that physical body encases this energy body. The two are connected. And you can notice the energy body through the experience of breathing. So we have again the physical experience of breathing. You can feel the air moving in and out through the nose. You can feel the belly expanding and releasing. This is the physical level of the breath. And then we have this level of energy that sort of moves the breath along, that causes the breath. And you can experience this energy level at the end of the exhale. After the breath comes up and out all the way, you might be able to sense that an experience of breathing continues, but without the physical breath. There's an energetic quality that keeps drawing you inward and downward at the end. At last, exhale, taking us to the end of the breath and the energetic quality after the physical breath ends. And so we'll continue in this way through a period of silence, sensing that energetic experience at the end or after the end of the physical exhale that seems to draw us deeper, ever deeper into silence. Don't force, don't intentionally hold the breath or manipulate the breath. Looking for that energetic component after the physical breath ends. And as we continue, this is not an exercise in stopping the mind from thinking. And sometimes when we deepen into that energetic level after the exhale ends, there can be a sense of stillness of mind, maybe just for a moment. And the mind will remain active. This level of our existence is not going to stop. We're not going to try to stop it. And so we may get carried away by thoughts. And of course, this is fine. It's normal. And it offers us the opportunity to become mindful again when we wake up and we realize we've been lost in thought. And now we're mindful again. And then we can invite the awareness back to the sense of breathing, the physical experience, and then that continuing energetic experience that draws us ever deeper inward and downward after the exhale. And so we'll continue again through a few minutes of silence. And as we continue, the stillness is always waiting at the end of the exhale, waiting to be known. In the depths of that stillness resides what might be called pure consciousness, sometimes called the true self or Brahman, the divine. Feeling the energetic experience after the exhale ends is just a first step, and deeper inquiry can take us to this experience of pure consciousness. And it's even possible to leave our attention on the stillness, even as the inhale arises, so that there is a felt sense of awareness that this stillness is ever present, and the breath moves like it's in the foreground of our attention, and the stillness is always in the background. The stillness always is, and everything moves against it, in front of it, out of it. So we'll continue in silence until the conclusion of our practice. And of course, taking all the time you need and any way that you need to transition from this practice. Make sure you feel grounded. Maybe get a little drink of water or something. And we'll continue just briefly here with just a little uh, further explanation about that practice and then open it up to questions that you might have in the chat. But this is really the beginning practice of a very deep practice of meditation, which does allow us to connect with our pure nature, our genuine nature, what we actually are, which is everything. We are it. You are made of the same stuff that the entire universe is made of. And you can deepen into this practice and experience that. Maybe some of you did, and that's okay if you did or didn't. It's not the point of what I'm talking about. The point is just this points the way toward that. So that when we're meditating, it's not just feeling the body breathing and coming back to the breath. It's really using the breath as that vehicle that the yogis knew existed. Now, I'm actually preparing a workshop or maybe a short series of classes that will delve deeply into this kind of self inquiry. And practice. So, if you're interested, feel free, of course, to write me here. I'll get you on my email address. And if you're interested in our weekday meditation at 8 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday, you can write me here too. I'll give you the link. Okay. Anyway, also, I'm indebted to my teacher, Dr. Richard C. Miller, for first introducing me to these practices and to my experiences of samadhi that resulted from those. So thank you, Richard. Now, what have we got here? Lots of thanks. Good. Glad it's helpful. Why is it helpful, Dina? Thank you, Carl. Good. Hope you enjoyed your trip into a little bit of stillness there. You know, it's always here. It's always here. Always. We just move like a background, like, okay, so here's our movement, here's the breath, and here's the background of stillness. And the background of stillness is always there, and everything just moves in front of it, if you will. We're kind of like shadow puppets. Thank you, Eileen from Wharton, New Jersey. And you're moving in this weekend, our sixth home in our 50 years. Oh, amazing. Yeah, and you know what? You will continue to grow, and it is an opportunity. Things that seem like obstacles or challenges, these are all just opportunities. And when you can find the opportunity in the obstacle or the challenge, then yeah, well, you're about 90% home, right? Any questions about the practice? Anything you didn't get? Anything you want me to explain a little bit more? There are texts that deal with this. These are pretty esoteric texts. Um, I can tell you the name of them. One is called the Vijnana Bhairav Tantra. This basically is 112 different ways to meditate on the stillness and the emptiness. A very interesting text. And another would be the Aparoksha Anubhuti by Shankara, or attributed to Shankara. He probably didn't write that. He may not have, but it's certainly a wonderful text. Anyway, these are all long, complicated names. For those of you who practice yoga or maybe other yoga teachers out there, what I'm referring to here are the koshas, the Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, and Anandamaya kosha, the deepening into those different yoga bodies. So for those of you who don't understand what I just said, that's okay. That's okay. These are esoteric practices, okay? However, they do lead you to a pretty sublime state that sometimes is called bliss. Now, bliss may not be what you imagine it to be. Okay. It's not walking around 6 inches off the ground or something. Uh, okay. That sounds familiar. Okay. Good. Easy for you to say. Yeah. I love the names. I love Sanskrit. It's just a great, once you figure it out, it's pretty cool. All right. Well, I guess we'll leave it here. And remember too, if anyone feels like they would like to make a thinks they'd like to make a contribution to the Center for Mindful Living, this is the contributions. Write me here if you have any questions. Happy to share with you and get you on the mailing list for other events that I might be doing. Okay, I think we are done here, right? Okay, go. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Go, enjoy. I'll see you on the third Sunday of March. And my theme then will be time, because that's around the equinox. Yes, the equinox. So we're going to talk about time at that point. All right. Thank you, Sandy, Professor. Oh, you're so wonderful. Bliss is a wonderful place to be. Yes, you got totally bliss, total bliss. All right. Bye bye.